Pieces. Girl, I swear. I don't know how to share this god blangin' live. This light is all in my face. What's going on with you, girl? Thank you. I know bro done came on here and gave us some good old tea. You feels me? Okay. Girl, I said I gotta do me another ball. That other ball. You missed it. Yeah, it was really good. Bro dropped some gems. Okay. Boo. Girl, I've been drinking on a mixed drink, and your girl had to sober up just a little bit, okay? Because while I was watching Bro Live, I was lit, alright? Like, lit. And I had to come back, too. I had to eat something, and I had to get back a little sober, cause girl, I was there. What's up, bro? Your girl was there. Okay, tequila had. This is my second cup. I said I wasn't gonna make it as strong as I did the first one, so hopefully I did just that. Damn. Then I thought about it. I was like, well, maybe I should reschedule. But I figured, nah, why not? Just go ahead and get this percolating, okay? Why not? Just go ahead and get it over with, okay? Hey, sis. What's going on, bro? You know what I mean? Let's go ahead and get this done and over with. Alright? Because I got other things to do. So I got to make sure I get everything in order. But we're going to tune in, okay? Right, add that to the two with the food and drinks. Okay. What? Okay. Okay. What do they call it? Netflix and chill. But we gonna be spilling all kind of tea, alright? Eating and chilling, alright? You know, why not? But as y'all can see for the name of this live, it's The Mist. It's an older movie. It came back out in 2007. Okay, tequila and cook, baby. Alright? Be lit, alright? And be talking about these movies, honey, because they be spilling all the tea. So, if you haven't watched it, please check it out. Especially now, since your understanding is much higher, okay? Yeah, it came out in 2007. And they have a series based off it, too. So I'm starting to watch the series as well. But the movie, just check this out. This is what I'm basing the live off of. And when we talk about The Mist, the first thing that came to my mind was, dealing with smoky mirrors when we're walking in this journey, okay? And when we're walking through this journey, as we're walking through the shadows of death, all right? It's the smoky mirrors, the illusions, you know, the thoughts, okay, that we have created in the demise of emotions, okay? So the Mist movie is all about these demises that we have been attached to, such as fear, which is the main aspect, all right? And dealing with fear, it creates smoky mirrors in your vision, okay? The trick of the mind, the trick of the eye, okay? And you can't see clearly or focus clearly when your eye, okay, is smoky, all right? So the mist symbolizes the smoky mirrors, the fog, okay? I looked a little bit more into the origin dealing with the word mist, and it is filled, okay, or covered with fog, okay? And when we dealing with fog in a physical aspect, and you go through some fog, you really can't see. Even if you got your light on, okay, you can see what's ahead of you, but you can't see this other fog, okay, on the outside, on the sides of you, okay? But you'll be able to see what's forward, okay? And fog is fine droplets of water, all right? So knowing that we are water-based beings, and if your water is not flowing, all right, in a sense to create a healthy perspective of illusions, which you can see, all right, you create these fine droplets. And with these fine droplets, it's just pigmentations of shadows, okay? You don't see the big picture. Yes, you got to squint to look, all right? Also with the mist is something that darkens or obscures mental vision, okay? So this is something that is going to block, cover, okay, overshadow your vision, okay? And when we're dealing with the mind, all right, that can be it can be thoughts, all right? These thoughts can be overbearing to your mental vision, okay? It's all about what you think, all right, for you to perceive. And fear has been a thought that we have perceived, all right? In the movie, in the beginning, okay, the mist is coming from the mountains. Squinting helps recalibrate the nervous system to help us focus. Yes, definitely. Slow squinting is a meditation technique. Yes, that's a fact, okay? It's a process. All right, when you're first birthed into this experience, you can't really see. Your vision is blurred, okay? It's a fog, all right? And the older you get from an infant to a baby to a toddler, okay, your vision progresses, all right? You start being more in tune for what you're seeing to bring it, full circle, all right? A whole picture, all right? Which is also your manifestations of what you think, all right? So this mist is coming from the mountains, and the mountains is representing your first eye in your consciousness, okay? The top of your mountain, okay? For this mist to fall from the top of your mountain over your first eye, okay? There is a cloudy, okay, perspective taken on that's clouding your vision, okay? You might not be understanding, all right? Not accepting, all right? You might not be in tune to the bigger picture, all right? So when this takes place at the beginning of the movie, there is a cloggedness going on in the first eye, okay, dealing with your consciousness. Thinking of it as a smoky mirror, as a smoky mirrors, okay? That is a distraction, okay? You have these thoughts that's taunting you, okay, or lies. Also shadows, okay, which become your illusions, your demises. Peace, bro. Okay? So when this starts off at the beginning of this movie, okay, some cloudiness is coming on. It's covering your first eye. Okay? And before you can elevate anyway, a distraction is going to be thrown at you. So let's keep that in mind. It's always going to be a test to your testimony or to your growth, to make sure that you are still in alignment with yourself, okay? There's also no signal going on in the beginning of this movie. And when dealing with yourself, when you don't have, there's no signal going on, there's no connection with yourself, okay? Somebody pull Will into the live. Tell Will we're live. Can y'all please tell Will we're live? Tag him in the live. Tell him we live. I'm gonna call you back, bro. I promise. Alright, so with this no signal going on at the beginning, that means there's no connection with yourself. You're not one with yourself, basically. You're off balance, okay? You're not in unison with yourself, alright? You're not elevated with yourself, okay? There's a distraction going on, and this distraction can be very well a test, okay? They call this the electric storm in darkness, okay? With shocks. Electric storm is darkness shocks, okay? Electric storm is darkness shocks, okay? This is what they call this at the beginning, okay? Now, dealing with the shock, it is a charging forces, okay? That's happening within yourself, okay? It's giving a rise or elevation to the notion, okay, of a sudden blow or impact dealing with your root, okay, your lower self. Alright? So you're starting to feel this energy change. You're starting to feel the trauma, the pain, alright? And it's a charging force, okay? And it tends to rise to your notion, which is your emotion, alright? Which can become your impact, as they say, or your effect in this reality. Okay? Ooh, I can't drink no more of that. Ooh, I can't. It's over with. Now, they talk about the government started this. And as a lot of people will say, the government is out to get us. Okay? The government is trying to destroy us. They're trying to take us out. But the one thing that they fail to realize is that you are your own government. Okay? You govern your own mind. Okay? And when things start to happen, there's an alert that takes place. Okay? Which they say in science, okay, or dealing with the body, okay, this is the system. Okay? Alertness of your system, okay, your solar system, okay? It's dealing with inside of you. So, this, when they mention the government, they're actually talking about the government of your mind, okay? Now, there's a man that comes in at the beginning. He's an old man. He's running from the mist. And as he's running, he says something in the mist. It took John Lee. Now, John Lee is another form, okay, and or symbolism dealing with Jesus. Okay? This is dealing with your first eye. John Lee. Okay? So it's something in the mist that took John Lee. That's your first eye. Okay? It's fogging up your first eye. Okay? Which is the smoky mirrors. Okay? Starting to smoke up your mirrors, your first eye. Okay? So the first eye is being taken over by this mist, which is a smoky mirror, what I just said, which is also deal with cloudy thoughts, okay? Your shadows of yourself, whether it's trauma, whether it's pain, okay? It's overriding your first eye. It's blurring your vision, all right? And it's becoming your reality, such as fear, okay? They speak of a chemical explosion. And a chemical explosion in the movies is symbolic to your first eye and your consciousness being under destruction of self. So anytime you hear anything about chemical explosions dealing with in the movie, they're talking about the destruction of self. In order to have destruction of self, you have to have a cloudy vision, okay? Smoky mirrors of your first eye, all right? You're not completely focused, which is balanced with yourself or in tune with yourself as one, okay? Fear is also this chemical explosion, okay? There was a woman at the beginning, and she wanted to leave so bad because her children were at home by themselves. Okay? Which is also a representation of the feminine energy of the subconscious. She tried to get other people to go with her, but they were so in fear, they didn't want to go. Okay? Which a lot of people, we try to get to go with us in this journey. They don't want to go because they don't want to face those reflections, those shadows of what's in the mist. Okay? So she ends up leaving by herself to get her kids. Okay? And when she left out the store, okay, she took a deep breath and she continued to walk. She had no fear. With a lot of us parents, okay, our children is what's keeping us here. All right? And that's a fact. Because the fight for children is what keeps you alive. Children represents the love, okay? The God, okay? The inner child. Which keeps a lot of us parents here. Okay? And while she left out to go get her children, that was the fight. Okay? But everybody else was in the store and they were scared. Alright? Now this store also represents the conscious. Alright? Because a lot of us, we get scared and we be stuck in the conscious. Alright? Which is the slavery and enslavement of self. Okay? Which is the four walls, okay, the prison of yourself. You become so prisonized to the conscious of what you project. All right? And you be scared. You don't want to move. All right? The Christian lady in this movie, okay, she was really full of fear. And a lot of Christian people are, even though they speak a good game. All right? She's full of fear, and regardless of her praying to a God outside of herself, okay, it's really religion, okay, and religion is a spread of fear, okay. It's a literal thinking to think outside of yourself. You have to rely on something else other than yourself. That's fear, okay. She knew the scripture. Really good. But a lot of those scriptures that she spoke were very powerful. Just like a lot of these pastors might speak some powerful quotes, okay, scriptures, but they take the shit literal, all right, which is the trap, all right, to have you outside of yourself, to think that something outside of yourself is greater than yourself, okay? There's exhaust coming from the heater in this movie. Now, the exhaust from the heater, which is dealing with yourself, okay, your temperature is rising, you're to your highest peak, all right? Whether it's in fear or it's not, that Kundalini energy is going to rise, okay? And it's going to release the steam, all right? Pay attention. It's going to release the steam, okay? Which is from your Kundalini energy rising. And right after that takes place, your perspection, your projection, okay, it becomes into play. It becomes your reality. All right? So right after this scene, when the exhaust is coming from the heater because the temperature is rising, it's hot, okay, the Kundalini is rising, basically. Okay, right after that, the monsters in the mist start making noises, okay, which is causing the main character, I can't remember his name, but I got it down somewhere, he's being spooked, all right, by his own damn illusions. We scare our damn self. There's nothing else going to scare you. It's all about what you project, what you think, your thoughts. Okay? So he's spooked by his own illusions because he's hearing a sound and he's scared something's in the mist. Okay? Through this mist comes the tentacles. And I'm going to talk about each monster as well because they're significant to the movie. But these tentacles, they kill this dude. They come through, okay? And they kill this character named Norm. It's no coincidence they named him Norm. Okay? Because Norm is killing the normal thoughts or the illusions that you live by. You cannot continue to live in these normal thoughts. You have to expand your mind. Okay? So if your normal thought is to live in fear, okay? Or to be mad or be into hate or to be cowardly or anything in those low vibrations, okay? Okay? That's just what it's going to be. So tentacles kills Norm, which is taken out of the normal thoughts and illusions that you create. Okay? Which is also a sacrifice by fear, a child sacrifice by fear. When we do this, we're sacrificing our inner child. Anytime you live in fear or react in fear, you're sacrificing your inner child, that inner love, okay? To be fearless. Now they got to go convince others, okay? And self about the truth that they just seen, okay? You got to go and convince others about the truth, okay? About your testimonies, all right? About your experience, okay? Whether it's low or it's high or it's normal or it's expanding of the mind, okay? And sometimes when you convince others, no matter the vibration, okay, there's going to always be a battle. Because that's a battle within yourself. All right? Trying to get the lower self, okay, or your root chakra to rise to your crown. All right? Which is a higher understanding or overstanding of yourself in all things. That is a constant battle of trying to convince you, yourself, and others Especially when we're trying to convince others that they are gods. Okay? They are limitless. They don't die. Alright? Now, they're at the beginning of the storefront, and the storefront has window, which is representing the conscious, okay? And this storefront is full of glass. It's full of glass windows, alright? Which is easy for monsters in the mist to come in, okay? Which is to come into yourself. We all have these mirrors, these glasses, okay? Which is the storefront of self. Alright? And it is easy for a monster, okay, or a god, or however you want to say, to come in to your mirrors, which is your consciousness. Because this is what you think. This is what you thought. This is where you create. Okay? Now, back to this generator, okay, in the vent, okay? We are generating our energy right now, in this sense, right now. We're in the fall season, all right? We're regenerating our energy, okay? And in this part of this movie, there's a generator and a vent that has to be clear. If you're regenerating your energy, okay, that's the healing process. That's getting rid of what you no longer serve purpose to you, okay? Any and anything or anybody, okay? You have to let go, all right? And as this takes place, okay, it is a it rebukes the store heating system. So once you go through this regeneration of yourself, okay, and you're clearing the vents, okay, of yourself, which is going to cause your energy to flow at a more balanced, more humble, more oneness, okay, vibration, okay? So when this takes place, it's a reboot of your system, or a restart, as they've been saying, okay? In a new world, all right? So once this takes place, okay, they're trying to get the generator and the vent to be clear so they can gain, they can reboot the system, okay? In the front of the storefronts, okay, where the not the mirrors, but the windows are at, okay, there are a type of monsters that come by. And I'm going to explain these in just a minute, y'all. But light attracts the monsters in the mist. Now, we've been saying this for a long time, okay? When you begin to be in tune with yourself and your light is really showing, okay? And to be honest, you really don't have to be 100% aware of your intunism of self, okay? It happens anyway, okay? For those who are not even in tune, okay? They're just not aware of it. But when you're into this energy, okay, your light is beaming so high, it attracts monsters in the mist. As I've been saying, when you're going forward and you're moving in your positive perspective, okay, or, you're not worried about anything else. You're into this energy of change, okay, the rebuild, okay, the revelations of yourself. There's always something in the back, okay, which we might recognize as the beast, the monster, or the negative energy, okay, that's behind us, okay? And our light attracts that energy. Okay? So when you're in your God self, you attract all types of aspects of yourself. No matter if they're high or they're low. Okay? Positive or negative. Okay? Feminine or masculine. Alright? And especially when you're in tune with yourself, you most likely are going to attract some people who need healing. All right? They need understanding or understanding to overstand. Okay? Why is that? It's because you're more in tune with yourself, that you're tapped into your God self, which is the power, the source within you. So those who are lost, you become, what they call that? The little light that be shining on the ocean. A tower, what they call it? For the boats to come in. I can't think of the name. But the ones who are most likely lost, okay, or not in tune with themselves and need some guidance or directions, yeah, you become the lighthouse. That's it, sis. Thank you. All right. Your lighthouse is beaming so bright that you're going to attract these energies. It's just as the high attracting low energy, or the positive attracting negative. Okay? It's the yin yang effect. It's all about attraction. All right? That doesn't mean that you have to get caught up into their energy. All right? You can see what they need, if it's guidance or some type of understanding. All right? And you might need to be planting a seed so they can just continue to move, so you can continue to move on. All right? We all need something from each other. And that is what it is. Because we pull from each other. We're all attracted. Okay? Okay? Peace, sis. Alright, so the light is attracting these monsters, which is the monsters I'm going to describe in a minute, okay? In the mist, okay? Now, the Christian lady says, she's saying if she saves one life, she feels she'll be forgiven, okay? And she will gain her spot in heaven. In all truth, it's yourself, okay? The one person that you're really trying to save, okay, is no one outside of you. So in that scripture and in that prayer that she's reciting in the bathroom, it's all about her saving self. If you can save yourself, okay, you shall be forgiven, and you will gain your spot in heaven, which is dealing with your first eye, your consciousness. You begin to sit on your own throne, okay? But once again, a lot of Christians, they think literal, all right? And it's not their fault. It's just what we've all been taught, okay? Now, like I said, in all truth, that's saving self, that gains the spot of your throne, okay, in heaven, to lead thyself, all right? Now, they're stacking this dog food in the front, okay, of the storefront. And what I got from this is, once you get through this understanding, okay, which is tapping within yourself to gain the understanding, as we say, okay, this stacking the dog food is the foundation you begin to build, okay? Your boundaries, your foundation of boundaries. Alright? So, them stacking these dog food bags in the front, okay? They are creating a foundation of boundaries that would not allow the monster to come in. Okay? And we have to do that when it comes to self. We have to create certain boundaries. Alright? Even through these experiences that we've been through, we learn from them so we could create the boundaries of what we will not allow to take place again. Alright? Every experience is a learning lesson. All right? And with those lessons you gain boundaries. All right? So they've already figured out that it's easy for the monster to come in, so I got to set up some boundaries. Okay? The lady talks, the Christian lady, because she talks a lot, okay? She's talking about Revelation chapter 15. And in Revelation chapter 15, I'm not going to get all into it, but it talks about the 7 angels and the 7 plagues, okay? And in this, of course, title of this chapter, they have Prelude to Bowl of Judgments, this is a prelude of bowl of judgments of yourself, okay? Your high and your low, okay? Your God self, your root self, all right? Or the God or the devil of self, okay? So this is a bowl of your own judgments, and you have to analyze this, okay? Because even after this, okay, you are preparing yourself to meet our maker, which is you, okay, the creator of self. Alright? Once you understand the 7 angels and 7 plagues, plagues that's dealing with your judgment of self, and even 7 plus 7 is 14, right? So you got the 1 plus 4, that's 5, okay? You have to be balanced back into your love energy, okay? That humbleness about yourself. Alright? The overstanding of all. And as we also say, balance, okay? With the ma'at. Fruits of the Spirit, the 7 too. Yes. Okay? And once you analyze all of that, the give and the take, alright? You begin to meet the maker, which is the creator of self. Alright, you begin to lead thyself. You begin to understand thyself. You begin to love thyself. Alright, you begin to heal thyself. It's all about self. Okay, the cell build a self. Alright. Now, a lot of people they ain't trying to feel this lady. Okay, they're not trying to feel her. Okay, it's like I hear you, but you on some other shit, okay? And the reason being is because the Christian lady's perspective is too old, and a lot of us, okay, we still stuck on the old perspectives, all right? Some people still stuck on roots. Which is the black and the white and the racism, okay? Or whatever, okay? Those perspectives are too old. The history is too old. It doesn't even fucking serve you any purpose anymore. Okay? This is also meaning it is watered down knowledge, okay? Watered down truth, okay? That people have created in a lyrical standpoint to create fear. That religion shit. Relying on, okay? Something else to save you. Alright? Don't think you have all of that power. Something else is powerful than you. Alright? What's good? What's good, bro? So the Christian lady perspective was old. That's why they was getting tired. You know, the higher beings, they getting tired of the shit. Like, girl, shut up now. You talking too much. Zip it, okay? Now, what she was saying was the truth now. Let's not get it twisted. She was saying some truth, okay? When she get to kicking these scriptures, there be some truth now. She just don't understand the scriptures, okay? Which we say she don't understand the words coming out of her mouth. In a sense, she doesn't, okay? Because she's projecting all of this shit with fear. And that's what a lot of pastors do, okay? A lot of them do that, okay? Now, also, this lady is known as, in town, in this town right here, she's known as unstable. Whew. Ooh, yeah, a lot of people got some truth, honey, but they be unstable to the motherfucker. Alright? And when I mean they be unstable to the motherfucker, that means they still got fear operating in their hearts. Okay? In their energy. Alright? They still got some shit, okay? They trying to skip the whole healing. Alright? They can spit a good game, but they unstable than a motherfucker. Okay? Which is also not balanced with yourself, okay? Not one with yourself or whole. Alright? A lot of book literal motherfuckers know the book. Alright? But they unstable than a motherfucker. Okay? You can read me 100 scripts, but you unstable than a motherfucker. Because you don't understand the words that's coming out of your mouth. Okay? That is too literal because of what you've been taught. Yes, off balance than a motherfucker. Off topic than a motherfucker. Okay? Now, they got the black guy in there, you know, which is the neighbor to the main guy, okay? He's a lawyer, okay? And his crazy ass, just like a lot of black folks. Yeah, a lot of black folks, okay? Lot of black folks, okay? Just like this goddamn lawyer, okay? And we also play this shit out in our mind with this racism shit, which is causing the division of your minds, okay? This whole black and white bullshit, okay? When black and white is supposed to be one in unison, it's supposed to be understanding on both sides, okay? So this racism bullshit and this suing and all of this, you trying to play me because I'm black and all of this shit, it's a trick of your own mind. Okay? It's a trick of your own mind. If you holding the light, why you scared of the dark? If darkness created light, why are you scared of the lights? Okay? It's all of a trick of the mind, and that's what he is possessing, the division of the mind. Okay? But also with division of the mind, you have to be divided to become one, okay, again. Alright, and we're going to get into the vision right now. Okay? When this division takes place, it causes confusion, chaos, sacrifices of yourself, okay? And it also brings forth the unity. The whole Black Lives Matter stigma shit. Okay? The whole marching, okay? All of this division, okay? With the black and the whites. Only to become in what unison and within 2019, 2020. Okay? All of this shit has been separate for years. Which has been a major play in the mind of division. But only to bring you back to one. Only to bring you back to one. To yourself. Okay? Your love is tested through this transition. Because there's a girl and a guy in this movie. Okay? They never got to really spend time to each other. But they knew they liked each other. Okay? And they represent that masculine and feminine energy dwelling inside of you. Okay? Alright, I like my masculine, I like my feminine side. Okay, boo. Okay. But through this process, in this journey, your love for yourself is tested daily. Okay? The first shall become last, and the last shall become the first. I think of this after that. Okay? Peace, sis. Now. But your love is going to be tested of yourself, okay? You're going to have self-doubt. Alright? You're going to have these overthinking thoughts. Alright? You're going to think you can't make it, you can't do it no more. You're going to have all of this shit in your mind. It's supposed to happen. But it's only to rise you up into your higher self, to bring the balance within yourself, which is unison, which is wholeness. Okay? You good, sis? We still got ways to go. Love thyself overall. Yes, you have to love thyself overall. We're going to go through all of the tricks of the mind, man. Even play it out through other characters, which is reflections of self. Just to see how you gonna fall to it, okay? The choice you gonna make. It's just like you taking a test every day. Alright? Yes, the people around you, they are a test of you. Your children are your major test. So pay attention and study. Alright? So the love is being tested through this transition. And through this transition, she ends up getting bit by one of the scorpion flies, which causes her not to breathe. And when we go through this testimony of our love, we feel like we can't breathe. Okay? Which is the sense of you wanting to give up. Okay? Or you being, you're done. Okay? But you know that is not going to carry you on. So you have to override it with the love of self. Okay? You have to understand your testis, okay? That's dealing with your love, okay? Through these transitions of yourself, okay? Which is what you letting go, okay? The gain and the losing. Okay? The boomerang effect, that's what it is. What you gain, what you lose. Alright? And it doesn't matter if it's, material, okay? But damn for sure physical, okay? Other reflections of yourself. Okay? A fire, okay, hold up. David, that's the one that's the main character, okay? The one with the sun. Now, David's name is symbolic for the Star of David, okay? Which is dealing with that consciousness, okay? Okay? So David is the consciousness, okay? And he's in the store now, which is the foundation built around the conscious, which is that consciousness, okay? There's a fire that takes place in the store when they're trying to kill these monsters in the conscious now, okay? So when you go through this rising of your kundalini energy, it sparks this fire, okay? And this fire can be destruction or it can be a reconstruction of yourself, okay? Fire also represents divinity, superiority, and control, okay? Which is also your wisdom and the knowledge, okay? No matter how low and high it is. Animal kingdom. Yes! Okay? We don't talk about the animal kingdom. Wow. Now, sitting on the couch. Okay? So that fire is taking place. It's going to be a destruction for some, and it's going to be a reconstruction. Okay? As they talk about in Revelations. Okay? You have to destroy to build again. Okay? That's the anatomy of life. I meant planet. Animal planet. Shit, animal kingdom too. Okay? Now, the monster is one monster that comes in that's in the store now. And it lands on the Christian lady, which is kind of, it caught me like, what the fuck? Even though I've watched this before. But I wanted to understand it, on a deeper level. But this monster, is one of the monsters that land on the Christian lady. And what I got from it is it's symbolizing, okay, or it's symbolic to being one with self, because it didn't harm her. So at that moment, when that monster landed on her, okay, which is a representation of self and higher self, okay, when it landed on her, it didn't cause her any harm. So it didn't destroy her, it didn't take her out. Just like all of us, we have multiple skeletons in our closet. We have multiple monsters in our mind. We create all of these demises, okay? Even through trauma, okay? Pain, hurt, whatever that's taken place in your journey, all right? You have to realize, okay, that you can't do anything about it. So you have to be one with it. Alright? You have to be one with it by recognizing what it is. Okay? And you cannot allow yourself to stay stuck in that energy. So at that moment, the Christian lady with this bug, not bug, but with the monster landing on her, is showing a symbolism of being one with yourself. No matter how elevated you are, okay? Doesn't matter if you're awake or not. This shit happens. It's energy. Okay? Whether you are aware of it or not. Alright? And of course, she wasn't aware of it because her ass was a Christian. But at that moment, she was one with the soul, one with her spirit, one with her mind. She was in unison with her monsters. Okay? Generator, operator, destroyer. God, yes. All three. Three, okay? You have to destroy to build again. You definitely do. So nothing is now. Exactly. That's a fact. Nothing is now. Okay? As Pop said, you live to die again. Okay? And that's every day. That's when you go to sleep. That's when you wake. You live to die again. Okay? And every choice that you make. Alright? Going back to what Shay say. You are the generator of your own creation. You operate it the way you want to, and you can destroy it. Okay? To rebuild again. Okay? Peace, bro. Alright? Now, after that happens with the Christian lady, okay, there's a bigger monster, okay? It's coming towards the sun, which is David's son, okay? And as this time he's becoming towards David's son, okay? He is killed, okay? So this is showing, once you become, right after that scene with the Christian lady becoming one with the monster, this is showing, once you become one with your monsters, which is showing the son being chased by the monsters, and the monster end up getting killed, okay, because the son represents your inner child. That's your inner peace. That's the inner you, alright? That's the inner source, okay? So once you are one with that, okay, then you can kill the monster. Okay? Which is also those shadows, as many people say, okay? Those illusions, okay? We destroy all of this, okay? Or the monsters by being one with it. That's gaining self-control. That's gaining your power, okay? And you become infinite, okay? In your minds, completely, okay? And anything that's connected to the mind is all. Now, the son and David is in the store together. The mother, or his wife, is at home, okay? So she couldn't represent the feminine energy at that moment. But that also represents how the feminine energy or that subconscious is in the back. Okay? While all of this shit is taking place in the masculine energy or your consciousness. Okay? Which is dealing with the sun as well. The son of God. Okay? That first eye. Okay? So there's another lady there in the store, and she represents the divine feminine energy, okay? That's rising, okay? And it's becoming one with the masculine, which is David, okay? And once they are becoming one together and understanding with each other to only protect what? The child, which is the son of David's, okay? Yes, God works behind the scenes. Yes, indeed. Okay? So the divine feminine energy and the masculine energy becomes one to protect the inner child or your inner self. That oneness. Okay? That wholeness. Okay? There are some army members that do suicide. This is also an aspect that takes place in the energy of the mind. Okay? And with this suicide, it is a monster as well. Okay? It is also a monster in the mist. Okay? The smoky mirrors of the eye or your first eye. Okay? And it's a lot of people that would do the suicide. Okay? And it's all because it's too much to bear. Okay? It's too much to bear. It's what they wrote in their script. Okay? They can't take the life at that moment. Okay? Their fear is in an overlay. Okay? They have strong overthinking thoughts. Alright? And a lot of times it's fear. Okay? So this suicide is a monster, which is an aspect of fear. And a lot of people will take that route when they don't have the understanding with themselves. Okay? Or the journey. So some army men took their lives, okay? Because of the fear of the monster in the mist. Suicide is also a form of killing the old self in a higher perspective, okay? To bring forth the new you, okay? A form of transition. So, suicide can be in a higher perspective as we do, okay? In this experience as well. Not just spiritually, but physically, okay? Well, not just physically, but spiritually, I'm sorry. But suicide can be on a spiritual aspect of getting rid of the old you or killing off the old you, okay, or dropping the old you to bring forth the new you. All right? We have to suicide. We do suicide or sacrifice, self-sacrifice ourselves to bring forth, okay, a greater energy about ourselves, okay? They go to the pharmacy. Okay, and at this moment they're going to the pharmacy and they're trying to get some medicine to help one of the guys that's, you know, been hurt. Okay, but pharmacy is symbolic to healing. So once you go through these steps of, let's go back for a second. Once you go through these steps of analyzing these monsters inside of you, okay? Some people would suicidally physically, or some people would suicidally spiritually. Okay, which is a transition within yourself, okay, to go through this healing process, because you have to analyze anything first before you can heal it. Okay, that means you have to see it, okay, to be able to understand it. Alright, and what I mean to be in understanding, okay, you have to understand it in all perspectives, even with the abuser. Okay, or the ones that have projected this negative or fearful energy towards you or on you, okay, which has become a part of your attachments. All right. Now the son begins to cry at this moment when they have to go to the pharmacy, and the father is going, and he's scared. In the movie they make it like, he's scared because his father is going into this pharmacy, but it's really means, when you go into your healing, okay, because the son begins to cry, okay, when you go into your healing, you have to cry. All right, you go through these emotions, all right, and crying is going to take place, which is a sense of cleansing, okay? But don't get it twisted. It can also be a fear of losing, and you don't want to be in a fear of losing anything, especially when it comes to self, because you have to remember, anything that you lose, you're going to gain in a much higher perspective. Okay? So this crying is supposed to be in a cleansing, okay? An understanding of your healing process. Because they're going to this pharmacy. And in this pharmacy is going to represent, all this medicine and shit to heal yourself. Okay? When they get back to the store, which is the consciousness, okay, where the consciousness lives, the lady is talking about stone those who get in the way. When you go through your healing process, or you going through this healing, you have to stone those who get in the way, which is you have to block the energy, okay? You have to have your boundaries in play, full circle. They have to stand strong. All right? So stoning doesn't necessarily mean to stone somebody in a negative tense. That means you're blocking the energy. Okay? You creating, okay, a force of energy to keep this negativity away from you, whether it's negative thoughts, okay, or someone else. Alright? The stone, I wanted to look up a little bit more about the stone. Now, stone is symbolic for, stone is symbolic for divine. Just stone. Yep, they may take it away. The word stone is symbolic for divine. Okay? It is also symbolic for wisdom, strength, stability, patience, and time. Okay? This is all dealing with self. When you're going through your healing, you're going to need this wisdom. You're going to need this strength. You're going to need the stability. You're going to have patience. You're going to have the time, okay, with yourself. Okay? Because you're blocking this energy, or any energy that's going to keep you from healing or elevating. All right? Even with the thoughts of self. Okay? To stone also means insults or criticism, and that goes back to these thoughts. Okay? We can insult ourselves and criticize ourselves the most. Okay? Especially when we're going through healing. Alright? But you have to override those thoughts with wisdom and strength and stability and patience. Alright? So when she speaks about stoning them, she is simply talking about the elevation of you. Okay? What you have to instill. Okay? When you're going through this healing process. Because this healing, okay, yes, beat yourself up. This healing is going to bring a force unrecognizable. Okay? They talk about stoning Jesus in Revelations, okay? Which is the reconstruction of God. Okay? When they go into this pharmacy, it's full of webs. And we've talked about webs before. Okay? When they go into this pharmacy, it is full of webs. Alright? And as we discussed before, the webs are symbolic, okay, to things that we web in our mind, in our consciousness. Okay? We are the spider or the self that's in this web. Okay? And we can create more webs and more spiders, okay? Just by weaving. Okay? Just by cell build cell, or self versus self. They wanted to stone him before he said ye are gods. Exactly. Okay? That's the criticism, okay? And that's the insults of yourself. You don't want to, a lot of people don't even want to believe they gods, okay? They stoning their damn selves, okay? You are stoning yourself and you don't want to take the wisdom and the truth about what it really is dealing with self, okay? And that might not be on a higher perspective. It can be on a lower perspective. It's all about what you believe. But the moment that you take someone else's breath, okay, and it is not no understanding with you, okay, of what you feel, then you begin to stone yourself, okay? So these people wanted to stone Jesus because they didn't want Jesus to tell you you were God. Okay? Which is you not believing yourself as God. Alright? Or when other people like us, we tell you you're God. And you don't want to believe that. So, hey, it is what it is. You can believe what you want to believe. Okay? You can stone yourself in a low way or you can stone it in a high. It's up to you. Because don't nobody have to live this journey but yourself. Okay? So it's no wrong, it's no right. Alright? She talk about expiation in the Christian lady when she's starting to get a crowd, a cult of people, okay? She's starting to get a cult of people, alright, to surround her. They believe in her, and she's the prophet, honey. She's the vessel of God, as we all are. We are all the vessel of God, and we all receive the messages of God, okay? So she's portraying as like I ain't gonna say most people, some people, they portray they the ultimate prophet, the ultimate Messiah of God, okay? And in a sense they're right, but they know how to use that shit literal, just like this woman used it, okay? Manipulating the energy, okay, for her own benefits, okay, because of her own beliefs. Is she wrong? No, she's not, because that's her own beliefs, okay? But she talks about expiation, and expiation is redemption of self, okay? That's reparations of yourself. It's funny they talk about reparations because the motherfucker, let me take a sip right quick. Oh, I got the wrong thing. Hang on. It's funny they said reparations because a lot of people be talking about reparations, honey. They want their reparations, honey, from the government. Not understanding your government mind is where your reparations, where it all lies, okay? So this reparation is dealing with yourself, okay? It's a redemption of yourself. So when she's talking about the expiations, she's talking about the redemption starting to take place, the reparation of self, okay? Now, some people don't make it through this healing, okay? And a lot of them don't make it. And you can tell sometimes when they're not making it because of, the vibrations that they are projecting, okay? Their mind sometimes just snaps, okay? And we've all been in that energy, okay? When we've gone through some type of healing, okay? Or healing period. Our mind does tend to snap, okay? Shit can be overbearing. Okay, it can be overwhelming. It can be too much sometimes. Alright? So you have to take time and have patience, okay, to gain the understanding of your healing. All right, you can't rush it. It's a process, okay? And it's a process that we have to continually feed. All right? With this also, I have the voice of reasoning, which one of my sisters was talking about. We was talking about a couple days ago. The voice of reason in scripture, okay, is speaking without rage or fear, but understanding the truth. What I was just saying, okay. When you go through this healing, we gonna snap, boy. Peace, sis. Thank you. Thank you, girl. I needed it done. I was tired of the ponytail, huh? Needed something. Protect the style or something, huh? But I was just talking about that, you know, a lot of people, when they go through the healing, especially us, we snap. But we have to have that voice of reasoning with ourselves, okay? Which is speaking to ourselves without rage or with fear, but with understanding and truth, okay? Once this happens, the government opens a window, okay? And this is what is taking place at the beginning. The government opens a window to explore the worlds, okay? So once you gain this understanding with yourself, which is this voice of reasoning, okay? To overpower the fear, okay? To overpower that rage, that hate, that trauma, that drama, all of that, okay? Your governed mind begins to open windows, okay? Which is dealing with also your first eye. And you begin to explore other worlds within yourself, okay? Which are higher levels of understanding, which is love, which is peace, which is beauty, okay? Which is happiness, okay? Laughing, fun, okay? That childlike energy, okay? Meditation is also a form, okay, dealing with intuitism and traveling within yourself, okay? So we go into a meditation, which is a meditative mindset, okay? And when we do this, okay, we are sacrificing, all right? When we go into our meditative states, okay, into meditation, all right, which is lies between the governed mind within your consciousness, okay, that is going to open a window for you to explore other worlds inside of you. You are sacrificing the flesh, all right? So anytime you go inside, all right, you are sacrificing your flesh, all right? Okay? That means you are leaving the body to go within. David's son asks, okay? He asks his dad to promise him, okay, that the monsters don't get him. Okay? That's inside of all of us. That inner child, which is what David's son represents, okay? He is the inner child, the inner source and all, okay? That soul. The subconscious as well, connecting to the subconscious, okay? And he's asking his daddy to promise him that the monsters won't get him. Now, David is representing God, okay? So that's the oneness. I'll make sure I did not. Oh, David is symbolic for that consciousness, okay? So the inner source of yourself is begging your consciousness, which is that subconscious be begging you like, don't project that shit. Okay, don't say that. You hear this inner voice within yourself that's telling you don't do certain shit, okay? Or not to act or think a certain way, okay? Because you don't want to allow these monsters to get in your mind, okay? Which is these crazy ass thoughts, okay? So he's asking his dad, which is the consciousness, okay, to not allow the monsters to get him, which is going into the subconscious, what we plant into our subconscious, okay? which is also the illusions of the masculine energy, dealing with your consciousness, okay? Also the demises upon ourselves, okay? What we endure in our life, okay? Our perspectives, how we receive it, okay? The seeds that we plant in the mind. I did say something about we are the vessels of God, the divine energy, okay? Now, at one point in this movie, they're trying to sacrifice the ones to leave, that's trying to leave, okay? Which would be these Christian ass niggas, okay? They be trying to sacrifice you, boy. They be trying to sacrifice you when you leave the church, okay? Physically form, okay? Which is representing the strong people or yourself, okay? The power of self, okay? They're trying to sacrifice them, okay? With self-doubt of self, okay? And with self-doubt of self and fear. They're the lady trying to tell them you don't want to leave. You don't want to go outside, okay? The monster is out there in the mist. You seen what's happened. You don't want to be the same, the same example and this bullshit. But at the end of the day, if you stay there, then that's where you're going to reside. And you're never going to expand outside of your mind. Like a lot of us were taught certain things in our foundation from our families, okay? And our families might tell us you might not want to do this, or you do it this way, or you do it that way, and we might feel deep down inside that that's not how it is supposed to be, or how we actually feel genuinely about what they're saying, because it's not feeding us, okay? So that is a form of sacrifice, all right? So they are trying to sacrifice, okay, the strong people from leaving, which is the lower vibrational side of yourself, okay, or the roots of your foundation, all right, trying to stop you from rising, okay? That's that negative and that positive or whatever, okay? All right? Which in a sense of it all, you must be killed, okay? You have to kill the old you to be free. Okay? Or to leave in a sense. Alright? So anytime that you're sacrificing yourself and you're having these self-doubts, okay, and all of these low vibrational thoughts, okay, you have to kill that energy, which is a form of killing yourself to free yourself. Okay? Now they're going into the mist. And as they go into this mist, they are becoming fearless, okay? They are fearless to the smoky mirrors, to the shadows of the darkness, okay? Only 5 survive in this mist, but one of them actually does go back. It's several of them that go out, okay, into the mist, about 8 of them. 5 survive in the mist, and 1 goes back to the store, which is back into the consciousness. So we're going to represent him as the consciousness, okay? Then you have these 5 that comes out, which is representing that love, okay? Which is dealing with your creations, which is dealing with your perspectives, which is dealing with your projections, okay? Also the new beginning and your peace, okay? Dealing with 5, okay? The love of self. These 5 drive out, okay? And as they're driving out through this mist, okay, they find the old feminine energy, which is the mother of the son of David, okay? And she is webbed in the webs, okay? This feminine energy had to fall, okay? And with the feminine energy falling, it was in the destructive energy to reconstruct, all right? Which is also representing the new lady that is right beside the sun, all right? That new feminine energy rising, okay? Even stronger, even better, okay? No fear, all right? The rebuild of self. And that new feminine energy is not only nurturing to yourself, it is connecting to that masculine energy through the healing of yourself. Okay? As they're driving through the shadows of death, which is through this mist, okay? They will lead self-doubt, okay? They will let go, in a sense, of giving up, all right? So when they go through this, a lot of people, they will go out into this mist with bravery, with courage, all right? And at some point, something would distract them, all right? And it would distract them in a sense of giving up, all right? Having some type of self-doubt because the spirituality is not taking form in a fast enough way that they feel like it should be. Like it's a magic trick, okay? Which in reality is the process, okay? That makes the magic happen, okay? So a lot of people think just with a snap of the fingers, okay, that you're going to be healed, okay, or you're going to be in tune with yourself, or you're going to have all the understanding of knowledge, okay, when this is really a process, and it's a continuous process that we have to go through, okay? Until, okay, they keep on doing this, and they keep on doing this, just like the people in the movie, they run out of gas, okay? And eventually you're going to run out of gas, and you're going to have to face these reflections, all right? You're going to have to face your truth, all right? You're going to have to face anything that is stopping you from moving forward so you can transition, all right? All right? So you can be reborn, okay? Or a rebirth or a new beginning with yourself, okay? And it's a phrase that we say a lot that is so fitting with this, okay? Fantasia said it best, all right? You have to lose, okay, to win. So basically, you have to lose everything, okay? You have to lose everything within yourself, all right? All that old shit, okay? All that suffering, all right? All that pain, all that trauma, all the distractions, okay? The shit that's making you sick, all right? You have to lose all of that, all right? Low vibrational thoughts, you have to lose it to bring forth the new change in you, the new you, okay? To be reborn, okay? So you can revolve in this journey. Alright? It's all with the mind. Mind over matter. Okay? When that scene takes place where they have to lose everything, they're losing the gas, they ain't got nowhere to go, they don't know what to do, okay? The father, which is David, okay, which is also representing that consciousness, because we have to kill and destroy and seek and destroy this goddamn consciousness every now and then, okay, so we can rebuild it, okay, in a greater energy into a higher power of self. You have to do it. Peace, peace. We will expect that when we get older. Through the ages that we go through, okay, which is also representing the ages of Aquarius, is the knowledge and the wisdom of yourself. So when you're going through these levels of changing ages, you are supposed to gain knowledge. You're supposed to gain wisdom. You're supposed to gain understanding, okay? Alright? Especially in all these damn experiences that we be having. But when this take place, the man, like, is nothing else to do. When it's nothing else to do, okay, but to face your own shit. Alright? He pulls out a gun, and it's crazy that the gun that he pulls out is a revolver. Because I just said you have to revolve in your journey, okay? So So when he pulls out the revolver and he's shooting everybody else in the car, okay? Because remember, it's about David, okay? It's about him in this consciousness and what he projects, okay? Through the sun, all right? So when he pulls out this revolver, he's killing everything around him, as we do, okay? That is facing the mist, which is facing those smoky mirrors, which is facing your shadows, which is facing all of that trauma and that hate and that pain, okay? All of that shit, all right? And you have to face it with no fear. Because fear is going to continue to have you in self-doubt. And when you operate in fear, your mind is going to be tricky as fuck. Okay? It's going to play on your consciousness. Alright? So when you're facing these objects in your mist or your smoky mirrors, okay? Because you are the mirror, alright? You have to approach it with no fear. Okay? And you have to destroy all of these monsters, okay, that is around you. Alright? Now, I just got a couple things to say on these monsters, because these monsters do play a bigger part in this movie. Okay? Now, they have the tentacle at the beginning, which kills Norm, okay? Killing them normal ass thoughts, alright? And with this tentacle, it is dealing with the blind sight. And they have blind sight 15. 1 and 5 and 6. The tentacle is dealing with your blind sight. The vision, okay? And it can be a passive perception to 10. Okay? Very passive perception to your 10, which is your consciousness, okay? And it can become your wisdom. So that wisdom it doesn't even matter whatever the vibration it is, okay? You just have to understand wisdom on all levels, okay? The tentacle is also from planet X. This is your planet X, your consciousness, okay? So that tentacle is coming down and is creating a blind sight in your vision, all right? They have the bay moth. I didn't find too much on it, but it's a six-legged creature. So once again, this is dealing with your first eye, okay? It's the largest creature, okay? And dealing with moth pretty much, okay? A moth to a flame. You're lit, okay? You're light, okay? They have the Arachnus lobster, okay? And it deals with a tremor sense, which is dealing with the vibrations of yourself, okay? Which can cause a passive perception in 9, which is dealing with your divine energy. Okay? That tremor sense is 60 feet, which is dealing with your first eye, which can be a passive perception in the 9, which is dealing with your divine energy. Okay? So that's what the arachnid lobster is. And that one plays out in the parking lot of the storefront. Okay? The scorpion fly is the ones that are attracted to the light at the beginning. Okay? They deal with the dark vision sense. Okay? Which is, once again, dealing with is 60 feet. Dark vision sense. 60 feet. Okay? Passive perception to the 9, which is dealing with your divine energy, okay? Now, this scorpion fly can restore the target's ability to breathe. Now, I want you to look at that. So if that's a passive perception to your 9, Okay? It can restore your ability to breathe normal. That means it can cause you to be off balance with your flow of energy. It will restore it to ability to just almost normal. Okay? All dealing with the passive perception of the divine energy. 60 feet. Alright? They have the gray widower, which is the spiders. Okay? Which is the spiders in the pharmacy. Okay? They deal with perception. They deal with the blind sight, 20 feet. We know 20 feet is 2. Parallel universe, self versus self. Low, high, negative, positive, light, dark. Okay? Birth, death. Alright? So that gray widower, okay, it deals with the dark vision of 60 feet, and its passive perception now is 13. With 13 is 4. So if your web, okay, is at a blind side of 2 feet, 20 feet, which is dealing with the life depth, okay, and a dark vision of 60 feet, dealing with your vision, and that passive perception is 13, that is dealing with the balance. That's dealing with your foundation. That is dealing with your, did I say boundaries? Boundaries, foundation, stability, your 4 corners of your mind, okay? And all of that has to be stable in your web. Because if a spider is not stable, its web is not stable, when he weaves it, it falls. Okay? And you have to start over again. Okay? So this web is also, this gray widower is also dealing with the web of self. Okay? Oh, was that all of them? I thought that was all of them, y'all. I got through them. I didn't even know. But yes. Yeah, that was all of them, y'all. So, the movie Mist is all about the smoky mirrors, okay, or the illusions of the first eye. Okay? That is what the movie Mist is about. Okay? You can either deal with your perspectives in fear, alright, or you can deal with your perspective in love, because love overrides fear, alright? As the woman at the beginning went back to get her children. Fuck fear. I'm going to get my kids. Neither one of y'all want to go? I go by myself. Because at the end of the day, it's a self journey. You save self. No one else does. Okay? And that's pretty much it, y'all. That's all I got. Okay? And the movie was, this time around, even though it came out in 2007, this time around, honey, key words, okay? Key words. 2 words. Key words, okay? When you looking at these movies, key words, okay? Because this is how everything operates. You're not going to be able to come into this journey or this experience, as Nino Brown say, you wasn't fed with a silver spoon. You have to work for it. It's the progress, okay? Everything that we go through, all right? Including dealing with this, overall dealing with this first eye, because that's your perspective on life. What? 2009. That's the 9. Okay? Everything is divine. And to be divine, you have to be in unison. That's oneness. Okay? That's the wholeness. Okay? But yeah. So if y'all have not watched that movie, I expect y'all to watch it. Okay? I'm trying to get into the series, but they got on a different language. And they ain't giving me no English subtitles. So I don't even know how I'm going to watch it. But I'm going to try, y'all. I'm going to try. Pictures, you know. pictures. you can project your own story with pictures, okay? So, yeah, if y'all haven't watched it, please check it out. Or if you have watched it, just go back and check it out. Because, you know, in this fall that we are in right now, the fall season, we got to clear our eye, okay? We're clearing our eye, okay? Getting rid of the fog. And most likely fog takes place in the end of the summer and the beginning of this fall weather, okay? But, you know, it also plays out in other seasons too. But you got to be careful when you're in this fog. You got to stay focused, all right? You kind of allow the fog, okay, to become a distraction. So, I am about out of here, family. I know y'all don't got a lot tonight. Regenerating Femininity Build tomorrow at 6 p.m. I will see you ladies, my sisters, my goddesses, my loves. We finna build, okay? And I got my board, okay? I went and got it, alright? So I'm gonna be ready to present. So we got that going on tomorrow. So for those who are definitely willing to join, I will definitely send you the link. Yes, the fallback, okay? When you go in the fallback, you got to clear your glasses right. Even when we be wearing them damn glasses, we got to clear them motherfuckers. Be fogged up. Okay? So, yeah. I will talk to y'all soon. I got other lives lined up. And there's a lot of things going on. So, y'all just stay tuned. Okay? But as we always say, love, peace, and oneness, family. And I will definitely speak with y'all soon.